going into the season now. We hadn't lost any games yet. We hadn't lost a few in a row. You know how that goes. Things can change in a hurry with emotions and attitudes, and sometimes what you want in the beginning of the year, through losses, you decide you don't want that anymore. You know, it becomes too difficult. But right now, going into the season, I really like the attitude of this team. I like the way they get along, and I'm talking about throughout the team. Some teams have a lot of cliques, especially when they're classes. You know, you come in with your guys, and as you get older, freshmen look a little younger to you, and you don't like to, you know, hang out with them much anymore. And but the way everybody, like the older guys on this team, the way they adapted to the younger guys and vice versa, I kind of like the attitude and the way this team kind of gels together. But like I said, if you're winning, that stuff becomes a real plus, and when you're losing, it takes something special to make sure it stays there so you have a chance to be successful at the end.
Have you seen anything that surprised you here during preseason practice?
Surprises?
Yeah. Have you seen anything that surprised you?
Not really. No surprises. Good practices you wish were a little better, but no, this time of year the players are ready. Players are ready to play. You know, it's like we've all gone through Christmas as a kid, and you thought it would never get here. And as a parent, you wish you were like way down the road a little bit. And we've all been shopping on December 24th, and these guys have been ready to open for a week, and I just want to keep practicing. But I'm excited about the games too. The games are fun for everybody, whether you're a coach or a player. The games are what we all live for. But as a coach, you probably would like to always prepare a little more, and everybody else is ready for it to get here.
What's your biggest concerns going into the season?
Ooh. You know, pitching's the name of this game, so are you ever going to pitch enough? You know, and there's so many programs out there that acquire the top pitchers in the country that dodge the draft and go to college, and they give those guys an upper edge. But it's so pitching is always your concern, and that's where you start. But the game hasn't changed in 100 years. You got to play good defense. You got to be opportunistic when you get a chance to score runs. And but I like to make up this team. Obviously, your biggest concern is you lost two big weapons last year, Will Wilson and Evan Edwards, and you know, you don't trade two players like those and expect to, not have some concerns. But I like this ball club, but we're going to have to score some runs.
How important is your returning spots? I mean, be good up the middle.
I mean, that's a baseball philosophy. You know, you got to be good behind the plate, which we have one of the top catchers in the country. And I just mentioned you got to be good on the mound, short and second, and that's how they handle everything. And the quarterbacks, along with the catcher, and then your center fielder, you got to have a guy that can run it down in center field. It just seems like he makes a lot of plays. So that's been a baseball adage for, like I said, 100 years, and but I think we're pretty good at it.
In a perfect world, do you keep Tyler at second base, or do you flip-flop him back and forth?
He can do both. So in a perfect world, you can do both. We're not limited to what he can do, and we'll probably switch him back and forth.
What have you learned the most when it comes to helping the guys who will be dealing with those first game jitters, their first time playing on this level on Friday night? What have you learned the most as far as helping them adjust to whatever nerves they'll be dealing with?
Yeah, exactly. Talking to them about it, it does exist. You know what I'm saying? Those nerves exist. But if you prepared, if opening day, which is special, you know what I'm saying? Your opening conference game, that's special. First game in a regional, first game in an ACC tournament, hopefully first game in Omaha. They're all equally special, and there are going to be some nerves associated with all of them. But if you have truly prepared the way you should prepare every day, then it really is something you live for, because you want the games. Who would play this if all you did was practice? If you couldn't play the games, who would do this? You know what I'm saying? You live for the games. Just make sure you're prepared well enough to be ready for those games, and they'll be fine. But expect some jitters, expect some opening day nerves, even for me. When you stand here at Doug Field, a place I love so much, and hear that national anthem, I can't tell you it's going to be the same as it was my first year here, but it's still going to be awfully special, and I'm going to have some jitters inside.
You have a set rotation for this weekend?
Yeah, we do. It's going to be Nick Swinney on Friday, and then it's going to be Matt Willitson on Saturday, and Chris Villeman on Sunday. So we got two freshmen out of the chute.
You mentioned Will being gone, but you've replaced him with a kid that's got a lot of credentials. How does Jose look, and how much you expect out of him?
Jose Torres is a great player, and we're very lucky to have him, because he's the guy that everybody had going in the draft, and they didn't think he'd ever get to NC State. So it's an opportunity for all 30 clubs to have another shot at his ability, and he's a great player. But expecting too much out of freshmen. He's still 18 years old, and he's still got to grow into this game and understand how it's done in college when you play 60 games, 70 games, and you're not playing those 20 high school games twice a week. So it'll be a different thing for him, but he's a great player, and he'll adapt and get better as the season goes along, and we're fortunate to have him here.
A guy that went through that growing process last year and who obviously came from another country, so it was even more difficult. How is Wojtek in this second year, and how has he adjusted?
Oh, he just keeps getting better, but his work ethic is going to get him better every day at whatever he does in life. His work ethic is so off the charts that he's going to continue to grow, and he's better than he's ever been. Nursing a little bit of a hamstring right now, so not sure he's going to be ready for opening weekend, but he's a really good player.